Hey everyone, welcome in. I'm Captivate, and I wanted to give everyone a little bit of a guide for something that I would have loved to have seen when I started playing the game. So I'm coming up on 2 years now, and I realized that I have learned a lot, and I would say I'm a pretty competitive player. I've played in a lot of bigger events, topped a lot of events. Hopefully am going to be able to give you all some information on how to actually play the One Piece trading card game competitively, as you all can see here. I was thinking back to when I first started playing this game, and I realized that it was pretty confusing to actually figure out how to actually get around to playing the game, and I get a lot of questions from people as to how to participate in some of these larger events that we travel around to and get to play in. So I wanted to break that down for you all here. So starting off, there are 3 different types of events that I'm going to go over. First off, we have local tournaments. I'm going to assume most everyone watching this video, if you play the game in person, know what these are. These are going to be at your local stores. Typically, they're going to run 10 to 30 players depending on how big the One Piece community is in your area. And then these are going to be weekly events. Typically in my area, I have 8 different stores that I can go to, 8 to 10, and then they'll have an event every day of the week, basically, so I could plan my schedule around where I want to play at that week. Obviously, some are going to be closer to me than others. These are generally going to be less competitive events than some of the events that we're going to talk about in a little bit. There will frequently be people that just don't have all the cards in the game yet or are getting into the game, learning how to play the game. Generally, there will be metas that form at different stores. I can pretty clearly say that, oh, this one store that I go to is a lot more relaxed than this other store that I go to, and you'll notice that as you go to them if you haven't already been. This is a really great place to get connected to the community as well as meet friends. I've met a lot of my friends playing One Piece, going to these events, and getting to know people that way. The way that you sign up for these is going to be in the TCG Plus app. I'm going to just assume that a lot of people that are watching this have already played these or know about this app, but you can find this on either the App Store or Google Play. Just download the TCG Plus app and then search for any events, and then you'll find them come up in your area there. Moving on, we're going to go to what I would say is second tier of events. These are going to be your store treasure cup and your store regionals. These are fairly new. I want to say these started last year, and then these are going to be 32 or 64 player events based on the capacity that your store can hold. The winner of these events will receive a nice little prize card. For the store regionals, they actually give you the top 16 prizing for the winner, so that's typically going to be somewhere around $400 to $800 roughly, just estimating what those are worth. And then for the store treasure cup, then you're going to get these special treasure cup cards for the winner. The store regionals also do offer invites for nationals. This is going to be the top 4 players in a 64 player event, and then the top 2 in a 32 player event. These are typically going to be pushed out through the TCG Plus app as well. You'll sign up for these the same way, where you're just going to sign up on the app, and then they're generally going to be about 1 to 2 months before. So the way that you can keep your eye out for those is going to be on the event page, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. But this is really the second tier up. I would say this is really like, if you're going to go to one of these, take your best deck, take the deck that you're most comfortable on, and then just try to do as best as you can in these events. Typically, every competitive player that I know is generally going to be trying their best in these to try and get those prize cards, obviously. And then moving on, we have the third tier, which is going to be the treasure cup and the regional event. This really is going to be the bulk of what I was talking about in the video today. These regional events and the treasure cups, they are generally going to be 1100 player events. Some of them are 512, something like that, just depending on the organizer and how many people they can facilitate. This is going to give you the most valuable prizing in the game. They're going to have breakdowns for top 64, top 32, top 16, top 8, and then with the new serial Zoro, it will be top 4. So every season of these events are going to have different prize cards. So for example, the Zoro here is going to be for the top 4, the Tashigi is going to be for top 16, and then the Sanji card here, which is actually Nami, is going to be for top 8. So I was editing this video and I realized I completely forgot to mention that each tier of prizing gets all of the previous prizing as well. So if you get top 4, you get top 8 and top 16 and top 32 and top 64, all of that prizing as well. So it's not just this is only for top 4, this is only for top 8, this is only for top 16. So if I finish in top 16, I get this. If I finish in top 8, I get these. and if I finish in top 4, I get all of these. I realized I just wanted to specify that and clarify that as I was editing the video. For the treasure cups that are happening in November, we had different prize cards for the regionals that just happened in October. These are going to be the most valuable prizing in the game. Typically, these serial cards are going to go for somewhere around 2,000 to 4,000, just depending on how much people are willing to pay for it. These are also going to be 8 to 10 rounds, just depending on how many people there are. You're going to be playing until you have one undefeated, so however long it takes to get there. And then typically what you have to do to get top 64 is go X2 to guarantee it. And when I'm saying X2, what I mean is X in the front is because you can have a random number of rounds, so you're going to go 6-2 in an 8-round event or 8-2 in a 10-round event. That's kind of the terminology that you use there. You know how many you've lost in any number of rounds. Top 64 will sometimes allow X3s to get in, but it's ultimately at that point just going to come down to your opponent win percentage, which is the way that they do tiebreakers in this game. If you want to guarantee getting top 64, you'll have to go X2, and then once you go X1, just losing one game in those 8 to 10 rounds, then you can really start to move into the top 16, top 8, and then obviously everyone wants to go undefeated in one of these. So signups for these are generally going to go live 3 months before. So as of me releasing this video, it's currently November. We're not sure what events are going to be coming out in January or February, but I will show you all how to figure that out a little bit later. These are really the main thing that I had no idea how to get into, so I hope I'm able to help you all with that and just lay down all of these. And then we do actually have a 4th tier, which is going to be after the regional level. We have nationals and we have worlds. What I'm talking about in this video is specifically to North America. I am in North America, so I know how to do it here. I know that Asia and then Europe have different ways to qualify, so you can figure it out for the region that you're in. But for us, the way that you qualify to play in nationals is you have to get top 32 in a 1100 player event. I believe the exact number is 1056 if I remember correctly, but you can find that out on one of the event pages, or a top 16 in a 512 player event. And then everyone who did that in a given season will come together and play in nationals. So you're going to be playing with the best of the best in these. Everyone is here. This really is like the pinnacle of the competitive scene for North America. The top 2 players in nationals will get an invite to go to worlds. I do believe for the national that's coming up in Las Vegas in February, it's going to be top 3. So generally it's like top 2 or top 3. So I believe we'll have 5 representatives going to worlds this year, if I remember correctly. But that is how you qualify for worlds and then also nationals. There is also another way to qualify for nationals, and that goes back to the store regionals here, which, as I mentioned, the top 4 in a 64 player event or top 2 in a 32 player event, this will also qualify you to play in nationals that way. So how do you sign up? You can just pay attention to the events page, which I will go ahead and pull that up now. So as you can see, I am on the event page for One Piece. If you just go to Google and then Google like One Piece TCG events, you'll be able to find this page pretty easily. This is going to show you all of the competitive events that they have, and then also for like monthly and seasonal events. So if I scroll down, you can see we have treasure cups for November 2025. This is the most recent round of events that were posted. These are coming up now. We are currently in the midst of playing these, and then you can see for North America here, these are actually going to be the events that we have. So on November 16th, we have a treasure cup from Versus Games, and then November 23rd, we have a treasure cup, and then we've already had treasure cups on the 2nd and the 9th as of me recording this video. So now this will have been posted, several months in the past. So if you scroll all the way down, you can see we have, this is our prizing. So this is what I was talking about, where top 64 gets the Altark Monkey D. Luffy. And if I scroll a little bit further, then you can see we have the Monkey D. Luffy here. So this is going to be top 64. This is going to be top 16, top 8, and then finally top 4. So that's going to be the prizing for the event. And you can all look at this page here. So now this really is what you're looking for on these pages, is this application method, online application period. And then you can see the applications for the November events went live in August. So August August, and then September, October, November. So you can see 3 months ago, you had to sign up for these events and they went live at 12 p.m. Eastern. This is really important because these generally will sell out like 30 seconds after they get posted. So I'll pull up like real time, just wait to see at noon. There's a lot of people trying to get into these. Specifically, the online events sell out like near instantly. So if you do want to be a part of those and play in those, you definitely have to like set a reminder 15 minutes before you try to sign up for the event, just so that you don't forget. And the way that you're going to register for these events is once this time right here goes live, so on at 12 p.m., all of these registration links for North America went live. And what you would do is you would go to the registration link here, which is going to take you to either Tixer or Best Coast pairings, and then you'll be able to just add a ticket to your cart, check out that way, fill in all of your Bandai information, your email, all of that stuff, and then buy a ticket there. You do have to be very quickly because, like I said, they all go live at the same time. So typically I'll open them all up in different tabs and then do them that way. That is how you register. And again, you're simply going to Google like One Piece TCG events. It will take you to the event page. And then now we're pretty much just waiting for them to post the next round of events in like January or February. And then you can see this thing if I scroll down. So this was treasure cups for November. If I scroll down just a little bit, let's see. Yeah, so this is the main event page, and then looking for the competitive tab here. And then, yeah, so this is the page that I already showed you. So, oh yeah, so here we go. We can look at the offline regional season 2 right here. So this is going to be the offline regionals, and then this is going to show you where they take place at. So these happened in August, September, October, November. There's a lot of these for season 2, and then they'll update this list as they add more events. So you can see we have regional November, December, and then so if I scroll down just a little bit more back to where we were in the online regional, then you can see the application method here, and then these are the start times that you have to be aware of. So for any of the December events, they went live on September 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern, as I said. So you can convert that to whatever time zone you're in and then sign up for them that way. So hopefully that helps you all in terms of finding out how to actually register for events. I know that that was one thing that I didn't really realize how to do when I was trying to start playing, and it was really hard to like actually find information for it. So hopefully that's a little bit more accessible for you all, and I will leave the link to that event page in the description down below, so you all can check that out there. Jumping back over to our slides here, yeah, so as I did mention, it is important. Signups go live 12 p.m. Eastern. That's the time zone that I am in, so convert that to your time. It is really important that you do it at the time of that they go live. They sell out very, very quickly. We can move on past. Once you do actually sign up, how do you prepare? How do you prepare yourself to move on from like more of a casual level to more of a competitive level? Assuming that this is people that have not actually signed up for regionals and bigger events, then how do you prepare? Obviously, I think just practicing and playing the game is going to be the most important part. I think playing on the ranked sim is really good, but I spend most of my time playing this game practicing this game. I'm playing on ranked sim. Once you get to a high enough rank, almost everyone on there are like really good, consistently topping players. So it's really good practice. And if you don't know how to play on the sim, or if you've never heard of the sim, you can just search the like One Piece TCG simulator on YouTube, and there should be tutorials on how to set that up. Learn the meta for the event that you'll be attending. Currently, the November events are going to be OP13. I think everyone knows OP13 really is dominated by Emu and Ace. And if you are wanting to do well in the competitive events, then I would say take one of the best decks. Or if you're just looking to hang out with some friends, take a deck that you're comfortable on and then play games that way. Another way that I think is really, really good, and what I did when I was newer at the game and getting into the game, was pay attention to the people that do well. As you go to local events, you'll see that there's typically a consistent, probably 5 people that are typically winning or losing maybe one game at an event. Watch how they play, talk to them. Most people that I've interacted with in this game have been really, really friendly and really nice. So definitely reach out to them if you want to practice with them, or after your games, just say like, hey, do you know anything that I could have done better? And finally, coaching. This is something that I feel like we do in every sport in America. So I mean, trading card games are basically another sport or competitive. If you are looking for a coach, I'm actually doing that now. I'm gonna give you all a discount code in the description down below that you can use to get coaching that way. Either join my Discord and I'll have an announcement posted there for it, or you can DM me directly if you're looking looking for one-on-one coaching, I'll do VOD reviews, practice games together, or also we can just 2v1 sim together and play games that way if you want to figure out, you know, like maybe your fundamentals aren't fully there and you someone that's been topping events and doing well. Moving on, like what are the next steps going forward? You could buy Metafy or my Discord. I would like to connect with you all there. And then, as I did mention, I'm offering a discounted coaching rate for the next little bit of time. And then also, there are a lot of online events play in Eggman, Luffy TCG, and then Chinoy, which is located in Europe, so the time zone is a little bit weird for North American people, but really, really good places to practice. And if you're not familiar with any of them, you can either message me in my Discord and I can give you the link to reach out to them, or if you just YouTube their name, you'll be able to find them pretty easily. They all host online events pretty regularly, so you can join there and play. The community is pretty competitive, so it's really good practice to play in those. And then, as I mentioned in my last slide, just connect with like-minded competitive players. You'll be able to find the people that are typically playing the meta decks and try to see if they're willing to practice with you or play more games with you. And as always, I just want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support on the channel. I've had a huge increase in subscribers and viewers, and it's really meant a lot to me, and it's really great knowing that all of you here have been enjoying everything that I've been posting. I look forward to posting more for you all, and then as always, if you did enjoy the video, like and a subscription means so much to me. As always, catch you all in the next video, and good luck in any event. I hope you all able to get top 16, top 8, or win the event. I would love to see you all win the event, and then let me know that you watched this video and I helped you sign up for it.